What is up, everybody? It's your boy Gib the God, aka the Henny God, aka the real name is Randy. I can't sing. Coming back at y'all with another banging video. 2019 NFL wildcard weekend prediction video. Again, I'm gonna let y'all know this video is gonna be very long. It's probably gonna be 30 plus minutes. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Remember, 2020 is gonna be a great year, guys. All in, making dreams happen. Enjoy the video. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let's get it. So first off, guys, I want to make this clear right now. My arm is gonna look weird. It is. I hurt my shoulder, so my arm's gonna be like this for a long time. All right. Anyways, I love football, man. Football is my life. It's my dream, etc. Another thing is my shirt is not dirty. This is the design, because I know a lot of people are gonna say that. Man, it feels great, man. Today's going to be a good day, man. Last video got a lot of love from that. Got a lot of great feedback. Got a lot of ideas coming from y'all guys. It is awesome, man. It's 2020 now, and what did I say in the last video? The last video of 2019. 2020 is hashtag the year making dreams happen. What that means is every dream that you have, make that happen. Speak it into existence, man. Speak that thing into existence, man. Another thing is hashtag all in. Be all in on your goals. Be all in on the job you want. Remember, go from hourly to salary. Get that football scholarship. Make your family. Start having big dreams and goals and make them happen for you guys. But away from that, man, it is 2019-2020 NFL playoff time. Wildcard weekend. Again, I'll be making my predictions. It's a lot of great games coming. And I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, so I'm not going to be too biased on my picks. But I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Hopefully I can go undefeated. Next Friday's video will be about the divisional round. It's great, man. So let's get started with this prediction video. And in the comments, please comment down below what y'all's predictions are. And if I am wrong, why do you think I'm wrong? So let's get into it, man. First game will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Seattle Seahawks that I'll be talking about. This is one of the most crazy thing in games. I've been thinking about this game ever since it was put together, ever since the Seahawks lost to the 49ers that Monday night. I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm like, man, this game can literally go either way. Both teams are dealing with a lot of injuries. Obviously, the signs will point to the Seahawks having a better team at the moment, but the momentum with the Philadelphia Eagles are just wow right now, man. They're sky high. It kind of has the vibe of the Nick Foles underdog season. Obviously, it's not the same thing. Injuries are killing this Philadelphia Eagles team. But let me give y'all some stats on the Philadelphia Eagles, and then I will talk about them for a little bit, and then I will give y'all some stats on the Seattle Seahawks, and I'll talk about them and then give my prediction and score. So, Carson Wentz this season, 607 attempts, 388 completions, 4,039 yards, 4,039 yards with the receivers he had. Let that sink in. 27 touchdowns on the lower side of things, and 7 interceptions, and he was sacked 37 times. This is one of the best old lines in the NFL when they are healthy. Unfortunately, right now, they are not healthy. Top 2 rushers, Miles Sanders at number 1, 179 carries, 818 yards, and 3 touchdowns, with Jordan Howard under 19 carries, 525 yards, 6 touchdowns. Out of that little group, I do think that Miles Sanders is 100 times better than Jordan Howard. And Boston Scott, also another guy I did not name on here, 61 carries, 245 yards, 5 touchdowns. He has made the most of his opportunities, and I think he'll be a big factor coming into this wildcard game. And I think Jordan Howard will kind of fade away from this running game. It'll be on Boston Scott and Miles Sanders, 2 great running backs that have really taken advantage of their opportunities. And receiving wise, this is where this team This is their weakness right here, the receiving. This is 100% their weakness. Their tight ends are their top 2 receivers. Zach Ertz with 88 yards, 916, 88 catches, 916 yards, 6 touchdowns. Coming at number 2, Dallas Goedert, 58 catches, 607 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then Miles Sanders, 50 catches, 509 yards, 3 touchdowns. From what I'm hearing is Zach Ertz will be playing. They will be without Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar. But one guy that I think you should really look at is Greg Ward, quarterback who was a quarterback in college, came over to the Eagles on the practice squad, and now is taking advantage of the opportunities. There's a lot of people taking advantage of opportunities on this Philadelphia Eagles team that will get them signed. That is the offensive stats for the Philadelphia Eagles. I do think their offense can be or it can be booming. But, Seahawks defense can be or booming as well. But we'll get to that. Some defensive stats for you. Leading tackler, can't even speak, wow. Leading in tackles is Malcolm Jenkins with 81 tackles, then Nate Gary with 78 tackles. And leading in sacks is Brandon Graham with 8.5 sacks. Where's Fletcher Cox? Where's my boy Flex? Dang, my boy Fletcher Cox not even on this list, boy. What's going on with you? Where my boy Flex Cox at? Yikes. I just generated the best defensive players. The Eagles defense, especially their DBs, horrible. I think if Russell Wilson's on, he's going to have a freaking field day with this team. Nothing else. I think he's just going to have a freaking field day with this team if he is on. Those are my stats for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to rate each team 1 through 5. And I think this team right now is a 3.5 just because of their taking advantage of all the opportunities. And they are the underdog. And I love a great underdog story. But let's get into the Seattle Seahawks stats. This team is really good at times, and it has been really bad. They've had a lot of great wins, which was one being the 49ers, and they've had some losses, which one being to the Arizona Cardinals. So this year in stats, Russell Wilson, 516 passes, 341 yards, 66.1 completion rating, 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I'm a big fan of Russell Wilson. I'm glad he got paid this season. He deserved it 100%. Guy's a great quarterback. He was in the MVP talk, and Lamar Jackson literally ran away with that. I'll also be doing an award prediction video. But I think Russell Wilson is his team. This team is really Russell Wilson dependent on. If Russell Wilson's having a bad game, this team is having a bad game. Period. Point blank. I think Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. I think he can go to the Super Bowl. He has the potential to go to another Super Bowl this year. But, we'll see. Rushing stats. Chris Carson. Dude's a dog. Point blank, dude's a dog. He's the only rusher I will be talking about, for the stats-wise. Chris Carson, 278 carries, 1,230 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And he was hurt. Didn't even finish the season. If he finished the season, dude would probably have 10 touchdowns. Dude's a monster, man. I love him. I'm a big Chris Carson fan. Dude just balls out. Last year, he was sharing carries with Penny. This year, he's not sharing carries. He is the guy. Unfortunately, he is hurt, along with Penny. So it's going to be Marshawn Lynch and this rookie, Travis Homer. Travis Homer literally balled out week 17. Should be the starter over Marshawn Lynch. Probably will be the starter over Marshawn Lynch. Dude balled out, man. He, again, taking advantage of great opportunities. And then you have Marshawn Lynch beast mode. Don't think he'll be a real big factor in this game. On the goal line, maybe. But, it's going to be hit or miss for that. Top 3 receivers. Tyler Lockett at number 1, 82 catches, 1,057 yards, 8 touchdowns. He was good at the beginning of the season. In the middle of the season, kind of hit like a dry spell. Wasn't for like 3-4 games in a row. Wasn't really doing anything. Kind of shocked me a little bit. But the fact that they were still getting wins with not having him involved like that, kind of shows how good he really is. I mean, like, not him, but how good the Seahawks really are. He is their number one receiver without a doubt. When they're him and Russell are clicking, game over. Period. Game over. Period. They made about 3 touchdown throwing catches this season where I'm like, that really happened? Did that really happen right now? It's crazy, you know? At number 2 comes in my favorite rookie of this rookie class, DK Metcalf, 58 catches, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. I think he's going to be the main factor in this game this week. I think he's going to be the guy. He is definitely going to be the guy that's going to be the main factor. Not Russell, not freaking Lockett, not Homer, not freaking Marshawn Lynch. But DK Metcalf will be the guy. And I'm going to give you the stats. DK is probably going to have about 8 catches, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lock that in. Bachinga, lock it in, baby girl. And coming at number 3 will be Jacob Hollister, 41 catches, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns. Titans get hurt. Jacob Hollister is the guy that came in, took advantage of the opportunity, and did great. Those are, let me give you, oh, my bad. I got to give you the defensive stats. Can't leave those guys out. Number 1 defensive player with 159 tackles, 3 sacks, Bobby Wagner. They have a lot of great defensive guys on this team. If they click as a unit, especially with Clowney, they'll be really good, man. They'll be solid. This game is going to go back and forth. I think it's not going to be a shootout. I think it'll be a defensive game. I am predicting the Seattle Seahawks to win 13-10. Seattle Seahawks winning. Lock it in. Let's go on to the next game, which will be the next NFC game. My New Orleans Saints are going against the Minnesota Vikings. So the New Orleans Saints, man, 13-3. Great team. Teddy Bridgewater, you came clutch for us in the 5 games you played, man. You're an amazing quarterback. Oh, we re-signed you. You can be our future, man, for real. But no bias here. Let's get on to the stats for the New Orleans Saints. I think this is going to be a great game, but you'll see my prediction at the end. So Drew Brees was 378 passes for 281 yards. 281 completions, 2,979 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. He was only sacked 12 times. Our O-line this year is probably the best O-line in the league, by far. Drew Brees is going to be a big factor. He's a real clutch guy. He's awesome in the dome. Don't get me excited, man. Next, for rushing stats will be Alvin Kamara. He had 171 carries, 797 yards, 5 touchdowns. Very bummer season from Alvin Kamara. Very disappointed, but he's still an X factor. I think the guy's going to do great in the playoffs, but it was a disappointing season coming from what he's done in the past. Then you have Latavius Murray, who I think is going to be the key player of this game. With 146 carries, 637 yards, 5 touchdowns. I think he will have 10 carries for about 90 plus for 1 touchdown. I think he will be the key in this game. He's going against his old team. I think he'll be the key. Receiving, Michael Thomas, number 1 receiver in the league. 149 catches, 1,725 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Dude's a beast. Can't guard Mike. Period, point blank. Dude should win MVP. Obviously, he's not going to be a quarterback. But dude's a monster, bro. Dude's a monster. And then coming in at number 2 will be Alvin Kamara, 81 catches, 533 yards, and 1 touchdown only. And 9 touchdowns come from Jared Cook. And our top defensive player will be Demario Davis. Dude's a great linebacker. Just made the All-Pro team. Congrats. 111 total tackles, 4 sacks. Dude's a beast, man. Dude is a beast. And our DBs, they can be very sketchy at times, but they've really held their own this year. And our special teams may be one of the best special teams in the league. Our passing attack is unheard of. Our passing attack is great. The Saints are, I think they're one of the most complete teams in the NFL. I know people say, well, y'all lost to the Niners. Yeah, in a shootout, man. There's a game like that every year. I think the Saints are, even if I wasn't a fan of the New Orleans Saints, I would say, man, the Saints have a big chance of making it all the way to the bowl. Going on to the Minnesota Vikings. When they signed Kirk Cousins a few years ago, I was like, all right, Kirk, dude can ball. But he hasn't been too hot, man. Last year they made the playoffs this year, but, his losses were like, wow, why are you losing like this? You have Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph. You have Dalvin Cook, man. I think you have a triple-headed monster at the running back position with Alexander Mattison and Boone. This team could be really... It could be really good, but it also could be really bad. This is also the Minneapolis Miracle rematch as well, man. So coming with passing will be Kirk Cousins, 444 pass attempts, 307 completion, really good, 3,603 yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, was sacked 28 times. Kirk Cousins, he's good at times and he's also bad. He's a very inconsistent quarterback. I think this team has the talent to go to the Super Bowl, but for some reason they haven't clicked enough to go to the Super Bowl yet. I think they will eventually, but rushing stats, Dalvin Cook, 250 carries, 1,135 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. 13 rushing touchdowns. Dude was injury prone and has really stepped up this year, man. And if he wasn't on the team, they'd probably not be in the playoffs. This dude is a beast, man. I am nervous as a Saints fan to see how we stop him. If we can stop him, awesome. But, man, this guy is... he might be top... He's definitely top 3 running back this year. 100% top 3. Dude's a beast. Man, it makes me nervous to see him go against my team first round. It's very nerve-wracking. Receiving... Stephon Diggs leading the way with 63 catches, 1,130 yards, 6 touchdowns. Beginning of the season, everybody was like, all right, Stephon's getting traded. Stephon's not clicking with Kirk. And then, boom, clicked. And, man, it was amazing. Man, it was amazing. Coming out number 2 is Dalvin Cook with 53 carries, 53 catches, 519 yards, 0 receiving touchdowns, and I think that will change this week. I think he will have 1. Another 6 touchdowns goes to Kyle Rudolph, and another 6 goes to Adam Thielen. If they're healthy, best receiving core in the league. When they're not healthy, worst receiving core in the league. If they're not all playing, they're not all going to do good. But if they're all playing, man, oh man, baby. Man, oh man. Defensive leader is going to come to Eric Kendricks, who may not play in this game. Pray to God. 110 total tackles, 0.5 in sacks. Sack leader is Danielle Hunter with 14.5 sacks. That is crazy. Their DBs are sketchy. I think Drew Brees can take advantage of that. Drew Brees is definitely going to take advantage of that. Totally. I think he will. Anthony Harris has 6 interceptions as well. So this game, when I'm rating the Saints, I'm going to rate the Saints 4.5 out of 5. I think they're a complete team, but they're missing that one other receiver that can help. The Vikings, I'm going to rate 4 out of 5 because I think they're great, but they can be way better. I think this game will not be close. I think the New Orleans Saints will win, let's say, 24-10. I think the New Orleans Saints will win 24-10. Lock it in. New Orleans Saints. Great team. They're going to win this game. Not even close in the dome. Next, we move on to the AFC. And it'll be the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Let's see how good this team could be. Hold up. Let me get this settled. Let's go on to the next AFC game. New England Patriots versus the Tennessee Titans. I think this is the best game of the weekend. I think this will be the most shocking game of the weekend. New England Patriots dynasty looks like it's coming to an end. We obviously say that every single year. But I think this is it. I think the New England Patriots are done. I think Tom Brady's out. Either he retires or goes to a different team. I'm going to rate this team right now probably 3.5 out of 5, only because their defense has been handling business. I don't think that the Patriots are what they used to be. 100%. Not gonna lie to you. Brady doesn't have receivers. Let's just get into these stats, man. Very disappointing for the 12-4 Patriots. Tom Brady, 616 attempts, 373 completions, 4,057 yards, which is great. The fact he's this old and he's still throwing over 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8 INTs, sacked 27 times. Boy, if I said 57, I was about to go wild. Oh, man. Just has not been the quarterback that he has been in the past. Rushing, Sony Michel leading the way with 247 carries, 912 yards, 7 touchdowns. For some reason, a lot of people said he was having a disappointing season. These stats don't say that. These stats do not say disappointing season all over it. Yeah, James White came in and did his thing. But Sony Michel almost had 1,000 yards. Come on. Dude's great. Dude's a great running back. And then obviously James White, 67 carries, 263 yards, 1 touchdown. Way more involved in the passing game, a great receiving running back. Receiving leaders, Julian Edelman, 100 catches, great receiver. 1,117 yards, 6 touchdowns, the best receiver. If he's healthy and he's going, this team is unstoppable. Second comes in James White with 72 catches, 645 yards, 5 touchdowns. Again, James White, great receiving back. Defensive leader is going to go to Kyle Van Noy. 56 total tackles. Yikes. No one had anywhere close to 100. Yikes. Man, I'm telling you right now, this defense is great, though. J.C. Jackson leading the way. I don't really want to talk a lot about the Patriots because I think I'm going to jinx it. And what do I mean by that is I'm going to say they're bad and they're going to end of the dynasty and they're going to have the Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk a lot about them other than their defense is really great. Offense is not that great. Probably the worst this offense has been in a long, long time. But never count out Tom Brady. Ever, 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 ever count out Tom Brady. But, man, I'm not even going to talk about it. Because I know I'm going to jinx it if I talk about it, and I do not want to jinx it and talk about it. But let's talk about the most exciting team in this wildcard weekend. One of my favorite teams coming to wildcard weekend, other than the New Orleans Saints, because that's my team, the Tennessee Titans. Man, I love the Tennessee Titans. I love Ryan Tannehill and what he's done with this team ever since he's got here. And shout out to my boy Derek Roberson, who is a rookie doing great things the last few weeks. Let's get into these stats. Rating this team, 4 out of 5. 100% 4 out of 5. What they've done, what Ryan Tannehill has been able to do, 4 out of 5. So Ryan Tannehill was 286 attempts, 201 completions. Don't know what that was in the back. Where's yards? 2,742 yards. If he started the whole season, it's probably 4,000 yards. Let's be honest. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, was sacked 31 times. Not that great of an O-line. But I do think Ryan Tannehill will be the key player in this game. Throwing for over 300 yards for 3+ touchdowns. Lock it in. It won't be Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill will be the reason this team does great things. Rushing stats, the rushing leader of the NFL goes to Derrick Henry with 303 carries, 1,540 yards, 16 rushing touchdowns. 16 rushing touchdowns. 16 rushing touchdowns. Derrick Henry's a beast. You know, he's been very disappointing the last few years. But this year, man, awesome running back. Think he's going to be a very big problem for the New England Patriots defense, who has not been great over the last few weeks. I mean, I'm liking this Titans team, man. Receiving stats is going to... Number 1 goes to A.J. Brown. 52 carries, 1,051 yards, 8 touchdowns. I think he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. Most likely going to win Rookie of the Year. Don't know what sounds going on in the background. Sorry, guys. 8 touchdowns. He's been really good. He was everybody thought Corey Davis was going to be the guy. When Marcus Mariota was a quarterback, Corey Davis was a guy. Ryan Tannehill comes in, gets A.J. Brown going. And that duo, if they're clicking this Saturday, it's going to be great, man. 100%. Coming at number 2 is Corey Davis, 43 catches, 601 yards, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, again, will be the guy. And Jonnu Smith, Geno Smith, obviously he does not. He didn't start. He's not even on the list. He's not even. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, I'm tripping. 35 catches, 439 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think A.J. Brown, Geno Smith will be the guys that are catching touchdowns from Ryan Tannehill this Saturday. Again, will be a key factor in this game. Ryan Tannehill lock it in. Don't really want to talk much about this game other than it could be a great defensive battle. But I think it's going to be a shootout. And I think the Tennessee Titans shock the New England Patriots and win it 20-17. Lock it in. 20-17. Tennessee Titans win and beat the New England Patriots. Going on to the last playoff game. And again, I know this video is long. Please stay to the end and watch it. Like the video, subscribe, and please share it to your friends. 2020, baby. It's going to be the Houston Texans versus the Buffalo Bills. Houston Texans were a very disappointing team at times and a very great team at times. I was not choosing them to win a division around week 13. I was all in on the Tennessee Titans winning it. But let's get into these stats, man. The Texans are a great team, but they're also a team. So Deshaun Watson, 495 attempts, 333 completions, 3,852 yards, sacked 44 times. 44 times, my bad. God, that's a lot. Threw 26 touchdowns, but also threw 12 picks. This is the worst O-line in the league. This is their downfall. When you have a guy like D-Hop, and you have running backs like Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson that are going off, this O-line's the worst. And this O-line will probably be the reason they end up losing in the playoffs sometime, whether it be this game, next game. Their O-line is going to lose. I mean, Deshaun Watson is an amazing quarterback. Don't get me wrong, not going to disrespect the dude. But the O-line is a reason that this team is not better than what they are right now. This is simple. Can't say it anymore. I used to be an O-lineman, and this O-line is horrible. Rushing, Carlos Hyde, 245 yards, 1,070 yards, 6 touchdowns. Dude came up. He's probably going to get a bigger contract after this season. Probably not by the Texans, but by a team will pick him up and get a big contract. Then Duke Johnson, 83 carries, 410 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Deshaun Watson had 82 carries, 413 yards, 7 touchdowns. Dude has to scramble, period. He has to scramble. He has no choice. Receiving will be DeAndre Hopkins, 104 catches, 1,165 yards, 7 touchdowns. Then Will Fuller with 49 catches, 670 yards, 3 touchdowns. If Fuller and Hopkins are healthy, this is the best duo besides Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen in the NFL. Unfortunately, Will Fuller can't stay healthy. Unfortunately, that is another downfall for this Texans team. I'm really disappointed. One good thing is that they're going to get J.J. Watt back, and his defense is going to be better. But this defense, it sucks, man. I'm not a fan of the defense. One game they do great, and then 2 games this season they get blown out. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Defensive leader will be Zach Cunningham with 142 tackles, 2 sacks. Then Bernardrick McKinney, 101 tackles. You know, this team, you know, I'm from Houston, and this team definitely could be better. And I'm going to give him a rating of 2.5 out of 10. And everybody that stays to the end of this video and sees this, they're going to be like 2.5 out of 5. I'm at 5, not 10. Their O-line, they're great, but their O-line brings them down so much that I think it's going to be the reason they lose. It's going to be the reason they lose in the playoffs, whether it be this weekend, next weekend, etc. O-line is going to kill them. And the reason I'm saying this is because the Buffalo Bills, they're a top 5 defense. They're top 5 defense. Another team that I am a fan of is the Buffalo Bills. I think they're great. I think they have potential to go far in the playoffs if they are all clicking. Let's get into these stats, man, and I'm going to show you why I like this team. Josh Allen, 461 attempts, 271 completions. That's not good. 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Need to get that interceptions down, and he was sacked 38 times. Rushing, Frank Gore, 166 carries, 599 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devin Singletary, 151 carries, 775 yards, 2 touchdowns. And this is why I like this team. This is why I like it. This next stat. Josh Allen, 109 carries, 510 yards, 9 touchdowns. Dude can throw. Dude can run. He's very good. When he got drafted by the Bills, everybody said that was a dumb pick by them. I don't think so, man. Josh Allen, I think, is a top 10 quarterback this year. I think he's very good. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC. If the Bills keep him, I think this team can go far. I mean it. Them and the Tennessee Titans, I think they can go far. Receiving, John Brown, 72 catches, 1,060 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then old Cole Beasley, 667 catches, 778 yards, 6 touchdowns. Receiving core is okay. Not the best receiving core in the league by far, but they work. Josh Allen gets them the ball. They run after the catch. They're very good. I think this, again, I like this team. And the defensive leader is going to be Jordan Poyer with 107 tackles, and also Tremaine Edmonds with 115 total tackles. Guys, I think this team, I think the Buffalo Bills will win, beat the Texans 24-14. The defense is going to kill Deshaun Watson. The offense is just going to do enough. The defense is definitely going to carry this team by far. 24-10. Lock it in. I give this Buffalo Bills a 4 out of 5 rating. They're good. Defense carries them. Again, same with the Patriots. Defense got them a good record. But I think this offense is way better than the Patriots. So there goes my NFL wildcard predictions. May not be the best prediction video that you've seen or watched. I'm going to get better as time goes. I'm also going to be doing mock drafts coming soon, doing award shows, etc. I'm going to keep doing these every Friday. A New Year's Eve video is coming out soon. Guys, I love y'all. 2020, making dreams happen, all in. Let's get it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Give it a like. Consider subscribing. I hope you watch most of this video or you can skip through it. I love y'all so much. God bless y'all. 2020 is going to be a great year. NFL predictions. Can't get any better than that. Playoffs are here, baby. Let's rock.